What's going on, guys? Pegasus from the Wise Guys, and I'm here with
Michael,
aka
Jackass.
Alrighty, bro. What do we?
So I'm here to make a budget deck of the Fallen Albaz because people at my college are trying to get interested in the game.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't know how to build a budget deck
Right.
and they didn't know how to do it. So I was like, hey, just build 3 structure decks and get some product into it. So this is 3 structure decks and what I pulled from a Mega 10.
Right. So it's just basically one card and then the structure deck.
There's two cards added in the entire structure deck, and it's including the side deck. You can build a whole side deck, extra deck, 15, 15, 40 with 3 structure decks.
That's a really good thing.
It's a really good thing.
Right.
Now, I'll mention, when you get into the competitive version of this, the ratios ain't gonna be like this. You're just playing what you got.
Right.
Like, for example, I got 3 Albaz. You're gonna play 2 because you're going to go first. This is go second card. Mm-hmm. Same thing with the bird. I'm just gonna call him the bird.
Right. And what does Mercury do?
So what he does is, if you have a fusion that has Fallen Albaz in the name, you can discard it and negate the effect. Then if it's banished, you can search a monster that says Fallen Albaz in the name. Also,
Banish any kind of way, huh?
Yeah, any kind of way. So a fusion summon and
Allure.
yeah. And look at miscut.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've noticed that.
Quality
with these.
control.
Yeah, quality control is on something.
And got the basically 3 Spriggan kit. Searches the best card in the deck. Mm-hmm. It searches any branded spell or trap, including the ones that are not in the structure deck, like branded red, all that stuff. And we got 2 Albions. Mm-hmm. Basically, it sends a branded from the deck to the graveyard and makes it an Upstart Goblin. So you activate it, you send one of your spell traps, it resolves, it goes to the bottom deck to draw a card. So it's basically like Upstart Goblin.
But it's never gonna sit in your graveyard at all.
Yeah, because it also does that in the graveyard too. Mm-hmm. So if you send it with a fusion, you can recycle. And it also sends Fallen Albaz, and you can summon Fallen Albaz from the graveyard.
So it's always going to get you something. I got you.
This is the one of the cards I pulled from the Mega 10 is Maximus. Now, when I say Maximus is going to be dog shit this format because of how much Fallen Albaz, but if you're playing against like Flunder, non-Albaz decks and maybe Drytron because of Herald,
Right.
you'll be fine with this. Like I played against Sky Striker today. They can send nothing. Oh, here's a Hayate and a...
Yeah, so you just dumped a whole bunch of nothing.
And
I got you.
it actually came with Fleur de Lis. That's why I'm like really lucky I pulled this.
Right.
And we got the budget version of Alubert.
Mm-hmm.
So this is basically Alubert with a cost. You got to discard a card to search a fusion spell.
Oh, this is actually in the structure deck.
Yeah, this is in the structure deck.
Okay. Just making sure we're keeping.
Yeah. Now we're back to the structure deck.
Mm-hmm.
And more of the structure deck. 3 Ghost Dugger, insane. It's actually one of the best hand traps in this format because of Adventure.
Mm-hmm.
And Baylor's an alright hand trap. It could stop stuff. Like Verite.
It was free. Yeah, I mean it was in the list. Yeah.
And the most hated card of this format, Artifact Scythe, yes. But with just 3 structure decks, you can Scythe Lock.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'll put it aside. And you got the best card in probably the game right now, Branded Fusion. Mm-hmm. Summon anything. What it does is basically Shadal Fusion, but with no restriction.
And turn 0 too.
Yeah, turn 0. You're only locked in the fusions, but in a fusion deck, who gives a shit? It's got to include Fallen Albaz, but you just, I'm going to summon this.
I think it's really key to know, too, that says can't summon anything else from your extra deck, right?
Yeah, so you can't, link summon and play this.
Right.
Then you got your 3 branded Magical Meltdown.
But you can special summon this.
Yes.
I got you.
So
What does this card do again?
So basically, when it's on the field, your opponent can't negate the activation of your fusion spells or anything that would fusion summon. So it kind of makes this spell speed 4. Mm-hmm. And then when your fusion summon resolves, they can't respond to that at all.
So everything in that window too, then, right?
So like Meltdown.
All right.
Then, if you fusion summon, you can search a monster that has Fallen Albaz in the name. So you can search your hand trap, or you can search your extender, or even this extender.
Right. So you're gonna get something out of it.
Yeah. And the rest are one-ofs. You got your Gold Star, which banishes this, which searches this, which searches this.
Yeah.
So you got another starter. So 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 starters just to get to this card in the structure deck is pretty good. Branded in white, I don't like it, but it's another branded spell. It's good in situations. I honestly like branded bond more because in the banish you can summon Albaz and it makes an extender. It's preference. You can either play 2 of these or 1/1, your choice. Called by came in this, and then the other card I pulled from the structure, not structure deck, the Megatins was the Deer Servant. I got really lucky. really lucky.
Right. That it was in there. Right.
But the only bad thing right now, like with this build, you don't get anything advantage. But the Deer Servant's the Deer Servant. Okay. Put this aside. And for the traps, you got the counter trap. Basically, if they activate an effect that would special summon, you can either return 1 fusion from your field or 2 from the graveyard and negate that effect. So basically, that's why Maximus is pretty good. So you send your 2, you get the advantage, and you get to recycle them. Or after you use your big monster to banish, you can just put them back.
So you're still gonna loop. Okay.
Or even if they dark rule you no more, negate this or whatever, you still have a negate.
Right.
Now here's the way you siphon. You're back to the front. So you brand fusion. You send Albaz in your artifact scythe to make your Albion. Albion will banish to make your Jade. Then this is still in your graveyard. You're back to the front. But that's not the only reason you play back to the front. You can also do Pawn Albaz in your opponent's turn to Super Poly, and then you can also reuse. We good. All right. So the back of the front is not only used for scythe locking, you can also Pawn Albaz in your opponent's turn, and you can also reuse your Ghost Ogre. So Ghost Ogre pops something, next turn, back to the front, some defense, basically like what they did with E-Telly back in the day.
Get out.
Big brain. Big brain. And last 2 cards basically. I know I'm not playing Extravagance came in the deck, but I don't think this deck should use Extravagance. Even the Fallen Albaz guy says no.
No, do not use that.
Thank you.
Profile coming soon.
So basically, it's no material and Phoenix Chain in 1. It negates their effects and they can't be used as.
Warning point is in this. That's
Yeah.
weird.
So the only difference between the OCG and the TCG was this. This was Ice Dragon Prison in the OCG, and now it's Warning Point.
In the structure deck.
Yeah.
That's what they replaced it.
Yeah.
with. Of course,
Honestly,
they couldn't give us IDP.
Honestly, both are really good. IDP is insane,
Yeah.
but this card's not bad either.
Yeah.
Oh, you summon your let's say something to go into Verte. No, you can't.
Yeah. Screws them over enough. Yeah. As long as it lands, bro. Yep.
So I think at 41 altogether, I couldn't cut one.
He's like, well, I couldn't find the slot.
Couldn't find a slot to start one. I mean, people are playing 60 card messes like me, but so you got your best monster. What he does is he sends for cost a monster from your extra deck to the graveyard, banish, non-targeting banish a monster face on the field. Doesn't even got to be your opponent's card. You can banish your own stuff. Like they're about to Raigeki. I don't know. Something to blow it up that then they don't have a monster. You can banish one of your monsters and still get one of your floaters in the graveyard.
So you're still gonna get something out.
Yeah.
Right?
Got 2 Lubrion. I only play 2 because you can reshuffle it.
What does this guy do again?
So basically, he got to discard a card, and you can shuffle cards from your graveyard and banish back to the deck, just the fusion stuff. But you can't attack that turn. He's also one of the few that don't float, so you don't want him in the graveyard. And 99% of the time, you're shuffling himself to make Jade.
Oh, okay. So you're shuffling this to make this, right?
No, you're shuffling this to make this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said that backwards. You knew what I meant. You knew what I meant.
He's gonna shut the fuck up. Got the best one, Albion. So basically, it's a line how it.
I've heard you like this one, sir. I've hered you like this.
Someone's all kinds of fusions.
Branded fusion. makes a one card anything. So you play Brand Fusion.
This guy plays
Cyber
like that.
Dragons coming soon.
Send your Scythe and your Albaz, summon this, and then this will activate. You'll banish him and your Albaz to summon Ice Shade. So Brand Fusion becomes a one card Ice Shade.
So it just jumps up into it.
Yeah.
It's like link climbing almost.
Or what you can do, summon him, you banish the dark on the field, summon this effect, and shuffle him, summon him. And now even if they kaiju, you can still use Retribution to negate something.
So something's still gonna come back
Yeah.
around. Yeah. You're still gonna have to do
Or
some
even-
kind of interruption.
Or even if they blow up both, Retribution is still alive because you have 2 in the graveyard.
Yeah.
Then you got the rest of the floaters. But basically they all search Fallen Albaz, but they all have their specific niche. So, also when this is sent to the graveyard, it searches or sets a branded spell. So branded fusion.
Of course it does, because that's crazy.
Going first, you can set the counter trap straight from your deck. Really good. Now all these, they all summon or search Fallen Albaz, but this one searches the bird, this one searches the kit, this one searches the dogmatic stuff. Depending on the situation, most of the time you're sending this to get a negate, but their on-field effects don't really matter. They're just big bodies. The only one that really matters is this one. You move, pop a card. This one's non-targeting. And this one gains attack.
This is the one that nobody's gonna be playing, but they should be.
Yeah.
We'll explain that later.
Yeah. All right. It even comes with a side deck. You don't not just get 3 kaiju. You got 6 kaijus in your side deck. You got 6 goddamn kaijus in this goddamn structure deck. Well, not only that, you thought second was good with this deck. You got Dark Rune no more too.
I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of like decent reprints. It's like good for a
This
new
is the
player.
best structure deck ever made.
It is one of the best.
One of the best. Yeah.
It's one of the best.
I say it's the best.
The
Monarch.
encyclopedia over
Definitely
here
the best.
disagrees.
Monarch's one of the best ever.
Dino says something.
I was gonna say like this is competing with Salad.
But it's up there. Salad's probably the best. Salad's pretty good. But this is pretty
Well,
close.
I beat Salad today.
He's like, well, they don't matter. So
Yeah. Fuck them kids, bro.
fuck them kids.
It even comes with a D barrier. You don't want to main this because if you're playing the mirror match, your fusion become useless too. So for like Sword Soul, Virtual World, those decks. And I was kind of pissed because I D barrier turn 1. He made an extra. He made Zeus. Then turn 2, I side blocked him. And he still beat me.
It's like, damn it, I'm still screwed.
What the fuck? Game with Derek only won. You play a lot of dragons, so you don't really want to main this. But if you're playing like this is basically one that gets Altar Guys. And the last one.
Well, nice, bro. Well, that's the structure deck in its total. That probably cost you about $33 total.
With the Megaton, it was $45.
Oh, okay. Well, there's your entire deck right there, people.
Sealed only from Captain Headass himself.
Captain Head ass out.
Meet him on DCUO Online.